Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be my TV and movie wrap up for May and June. So I watched a total of 6 TV shows and 6 movies, and I feel like the last 2 months I have been watching a lot of great things, so I'm very happy about that. I will say a lot of the movies I did watch were rewatches. I only had one new one. Yeah, I guess let's get into the wrap up, and I'm going to start with TV shows first. So I'm just going to quickly mention my ends. I think on my last wrap up I said I had to watch the last 2 episodes, so I did that. Finished season 3. It was amazing. I'm so happy and excited that we are getting a 4th season. I just feel like this show keeps getting better and better and like more action packed, and it's just a wild roller coaster and I really love it. It's just so fun but also like dark and heartbreaking and entertaining, and I always feel like I'm on the edge of my seat, so I cannot wait for more episodes. Season 3 was just fantastic. Then I finally caught up on all of the Taskmaster episodes, so I watched series 10 and series 11. I just watched them on their YouTube channel, which I am honestly so grateful that they upload on their YouTube channel and they upload the full episode. I binged obviously all of series 10, and then I waited until series 11 was officially done. Then I also binged that, and I loved both series. I honestly don't know which one is my favorite. Maybe series 11, but series 10 was also really great. I've mentioned this show a lot before. I really love it. It's so funny and just really entertaining and honestly like really addicting. There is something so addicting about this show. Like I really can't explain it. Like I don't understand why. I just want to keep watching all the time. But this just follows a bunch of comedians who participate and compete and do all of these random tasks and challenges, and it's funny. It's funny, it's weird, and it's great. And I'm so excited for series 12. Then I watched Panic, which this is on Prime Video, and this I loved. I am still obsessed with it, and I really need more, like ASAP. I just loved this show. It was so fun and entertaining, but also really cheesy, but in a good way. I just loved this show. So this is an adaptation of Lauren Oliver's book Panic, and Lauren Oliver, I believe, has created the show, and I think she wrote pretty much all the episodes, so she's heavily involved in the adaptation. And this just follows a bunch of teens who participate in this game called Panic, where they do these outrageous and dramatic challenges to win money. And there can only be one winner, so it's a lot of competing and there's a lot of secrets. Also, they don't really know who the game is hosted by. It's very mysterious, also very dangerous tasks and stuff like that. It's just really fun. I love Heather and Ray. I am obsessed with them, and I need a 2nd season because I just need more of them. I need more Heather and Ray. There is a great enemies to lovers, hate to love relationship in the show. Heather and Ray are just fantastic. I really love them. I loved all of their scenes together, and like they always just had such intense but fun and funny scenes, and it just like worked. It was so good. I do feel like I wouldn't say storytelling, but like the plot sometimes was a little weak in the show, but I feel like it made up for like all of the revelations and all of the twists. I hated Natalie, which I didn't like her in the book anyways. Also, I do believe that in the book Bishop and Heather are together, and I don't even know why Lauren Oliver changed that for the show. Maybe it just worked better. I don't really know. I mean, it worked for me anyways. Like, I'm so grateful that she decided to do that because it was way more entertaining. Bishop is a great guy, but I didn't feel like there was that much chemistry between Heather and Bishop, so I'm glad she decided to change that. But yeah, as I said, it's been years since I've read the book, so I don't even remember a lot about the book. I do remember like the odd tiger thing, and that's really it. I really hope it gets renewed for a 2nd season. Please go watch it. It's really fun. It's really quick. Like you can binge it in a day. That's what I did, and it was just so entertaining and fun. I just want everybody to go watch it so we can get a second season because I need more of Heather and Ray. I really need more of them. So please go watch it. If I were to compare to any other show, I would say it gives me Outer Banks meets Pretty Little Liars meets Cruel Summer. That is the vibes I kind of get from it. I've also heard it is compared to The Society on Netflix a lot. I haven't watched that show, so I don't know if there are any similarities, but I feel like if you like Outer Banks, you will definitely like this show, to be honest. It definitely picks up more than Outer Banks does, in my opinion. Outer Banks is very slow, but Panic kind of picks up like right away. I'm obsessed with it, and I need a second season, so please go watch it. Come back, and we can discuss things in the comments. Tell me what your favorite scene was. I loved Heather and Ray's first kiss. I loved that whole like party scene. I loved that. I also loved the scene where they're in that creepy house or whatever. I loved that scene. I also really loved the scene where Heather goes on the hill kind of at the end of the first episode. I really loved that. I love the way that was shot and done. I thought it was great. I really hope it gets renewed for a second season because I'd be very curious to see where the show is gonna go. I feel like they definitely hinted at a new generation, but also I feel like there could be more of a mystery surrounding who came up with the game and like what exactly is Panic and like why is it a thing, and like I feel like there could be more of a mystery behind that. I don't know. I just need more Heather and Ray. That's all I gotta say. And then, as I said, Cruel Summer. I did actually watch the first season of Cruel Summer and I loved it. Cruel Summer is a really, really interesting show. It's kind of done in 3 different timelines in the 90s. And it follows mainly these 2 girls, one who goes missing and how another girl is kind of tied to her in a way. The characters were also interesting and different and I loved the acting. This show does a really great job of making you doubt who is the victim and who is the villain. It really makes you question who did what and what happened and who is the bad guy, who's the good guy. It does a really great job of having kind of an unreliable narrator. I just thought it was great. I feel like there aren't a lot of teen shows that do teen mysteries very well. A lot of them can be very predictable or very obvious, but I feel like with this show, it did a great job of being unpredictable. Even though I did see some things coming and I could see them, I still feel like it did a really good job, and if you weren't fully paying attention, you probably wouldn't pick up on things. But yeah, I really loved Cruel Summer. I thought it was great, and I am very excited to see what they do with season 2. Then I finally continued watching the new episodes of Lucifer. That second half I feel like was a little slow to start with, but then it really picked up and then I couldn't stop watching. I love this show. It is so good. Those like last few episodes, I just was crying. Like I was crying. I did not see that coming at all. As soon as Lucifer left to go get Chloe, I knew that it was gonna happen. Like I just knew it was gonna work. But I am so curious to see what they're gonna do in season 6. Like how does that happen? Like what happens now? I'm so excited and curious. And yeah, I just cried a bunch. It was very sad because I really didn't see it coming and I thought, oh, like it's not true. It's not true. And it was true. And I was heartbroken. Again, I'm being super vague, but the show was just fantastic and I'm sad but also really excited for the final season. And then quickly I did rewatch the first 2 episodes of Discovery Witches season 2. It is currently now airing on AMC. I haven't rewatched it, so it's been nice to rewatch the first 2 episodes and I'm excited to continue the rewatch. I really love the show. It is so good. I've talked about it nonstop, I feel like, but it is one of my favorite shows. It is just perfect. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, so those were all of the TV shows. Now on to the movies. So I did rewatch Camp Rock and Camp Rock 2. I said this before, but my friends and I have a movie night typically once a week and we just watch or rewatch a lot of old movies that we love. And I actually could not remember the last time I've seen Camp Rock or Camp Rock 2. The reason why we decided to watch it is because I mentioned Demi Lovato's documentary in my last wrap-up, I do believe. and I mentioned how I enjoy their acting more than their music, and so we just decided to rewatch Camp Rock, and yeah, it was fun. And then we also ended up watching all of the Divergent movies, so Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant, which obviously were all rewatches for me. Divergent is definitely my favorite. It is so much better than the other two. Allegiant, I forgot how bad it was. Like, I honestly forgot how bad Allegiant was. In just like the whole story, it is so weak compared to like the other two. It literally makes no sense. But also, again, I could not remember the last time I rewatched all three of them. I've probably rewatched Divergent at least once a year, but I don't remember the last time I rewatched Insurgent or Allegiant. So it was actually kind of nice to rewatch them and to see how bad Allegiant is. But yeah, Divergent is definitely my favorite, and it is honestly kind of like one of my favorites book adaptations, or YA book adaptations. I think they did a great job with it. Obviously it's not the best movie, but I still really loved it. And then the last movie I watched was Wicked, and this is a Passionflix adaptation. I did a whole video on it, so I will link it down below if you want to know more of my in-depth thoughts. But this, if I were to rate it, I think I did initially give it like a 4-star. It's more like a 3-star. This follows Ivy, who is a college student, and she is part of this organization called the Order, where they kill and hunt fae. She ends up falling in love with Ren, who is a new transfer to the Order, and he kind of comes around with all these secrets, and suddenly there are these super bad fae on the loose, and they're trying to figure out what is going on. I'm not describing it very well, but it is a fun movie. I really liked the actors, and I thought Passionflix did a great job with their first paranormal fantasy adaptation. The special effects were pretty decent. I mean, they weren't amazing, but they were good for the kind of budget that they have and for the resources that they have. The fight scenes they definitely need to improve on, but overall I thought it was a solid adaptation, and I'm very excited to see them adapt the next 2 books. I definitely think it is one of Passionflix's best. I really enjoyed it. So that is it for my TV and movie wrap up for May and June. Let me know what you have been watching recently, and if you have any recommendations for me, please leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!